Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cake and Flakes Podcast. And I am
Hey yo.
here with my friend Grand Flakes.
Yeah, you can just call me Grand this time though.
Okay, so now I know the big question is where the hell have you two been? And we're gonna
Pretty much.
we're gonna talk about that.
I'm wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously, there's been a lot of things going on, especially around the world, especially dealing with COVID, but you're probably thinking that we just didn't want to do it anymore. We actually did. We tried recording it about 3 times last year, and there was audio issues in every single one.
we've attempted over the course of the year different dates, like scheduling different times to do this. There was a time where there was even going to be like a reaction kind of thing. Like we've attempted to like make a follow up or at least do something that's related to Cake and Flakes for like about a year, but there's been a lot of setbacks either due to COVID or due to us just you know, uh, like dates falling out, falling in and out, us not being prepared, glitches.
Yeah,
There was a
so
time where we were gonna do like a Death Grips reaction.
Yeah, so
Remember that?
yeah, yeah, I remember that. It was gonna be me reacting to the entire Powers That Be album, or
For the first time.
yeah, for the first time. And when we recorded it, the music was too loud, so you guys actually couldn't hear us. And also, Gran was actually at my house, and we were actually like listening to it. Um,
Yeah,
so that was funny. Um,
it was a good time though. I liked it.
yeah, that was cool.
Even if we didn't get to like actually release it, it was a good memory that
Yeah.
we got to spend pre-COVID. You know?
Yeah, pre-COVID, and then we were doing our own things, and then all of a sudden, the place that we go to for education, I guess you could say, got shut down, um, and that sucked. Well, actually, at first I was kind of happy because I was like, yeah, no school. But then it ended up getting. It's like, oh, the school's closed for 2 more days. Okay, it's closed for 2 weeks. Goes for 2 more weeks.
Yeah,
Goes for a
yeah.
month. Okay, guess what? You're not coming back.
You didn't feel just how like oh shoot like just how devastating it was until like a while after.
I
At
think,
least for me.
yeah, like I think it was like, I would say actually, like I actually didn't even leave my house for 2 months. Like I literally was taking this as, okay, this is the apocalypse. Okay, do not go outside. The only way of me actually getting fresh air was from my window, and that was the only way I got fresh air, really. And
To be honest, it's not the worst way to look at it because I know there's some people who are just dying to go outside, especially during the first few months, and so if they they didn't really treat it as if it was this kind of serious issue, which it was.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
kind of glad that you did take it, that seriously initially at least, because now like you're probably more okay with going outside, right?
yeah. Like I'm definitely more okay with going outside, and
Yeah, me too.
like initially when our school was shut down, at first, it was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna clean the school, and then we're gonna, then you guys will come back on like on Tuesday or Monday, and then then they kept repeatedly shutting down the school, and then I think that's when I start to get like more worried, and then that's when it like all really hit, and then it wasn't until like a family friend passed away when I fully realized how devastating this could be.
Sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, so yeah, and then I had to go through, I'd say a lot, and the and I see him, like the family friend, I might see them like like when I went to my cousin's house sometimes, and then it was like, and then I'd say 2 nights later, I think I had the worst panic attack in my entire life, and then that's like when it really did hit, as I said before, like how really bad this disease could be, especially for someone who just says, oh, it's not real. That's not what he said, but like he knew it was real. But it was still like sad for him to pass away. He was actually a really nice guy. He was a volunteer firefighter. So it was yeah, I'd say it was really sad. And then went through a switch of medicine over the summer. And I'd say because of that, I'd
This
say
is all during the spring.
yeah, no, this is all during, like, I would say like it is during the spring and it's leading into the end of the school year, cuz the school
Yeah.
year was really something that kept me on a schedule, that got my mind off of my anxiety. And then when school ended, it's like, oh, what do I do now? Like
I get that feeling in general from just last days of school. Well, like especially recently, like it's been a while since I've been like really pumped about school ending because now I'm just, oh, what do I do?
yeah, so
Which is a kind of a shame that I'm just so used to school at this point that I just gotta live by it, I guess.
yeah, so obviously, like when we first did, this is when they implemented remote learning. Um, this I think there was like, I don't know, like 7 or like a week after school, like closed
Yeah,
down for the first time.
I've been like full remote this entire time, even back when like the lockdown began in like March and April. I've been full remote the entire time. My parents are pretty strict on that.
Yeah, so the like I was like really like I was like, oh, I want to go back to school. And like obviously at first I was thinking like, because they when they closed the school for the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh, I got to have my 2 week break back because I was sick during my Christmas week, which we get to later, because this is actually
Sure.
pretty important because it involves COVID.
What was it again? Sorry.
When I was sick in December.
Like when last year?
Yeah, like this involves COVID.
Okay.
So, um, we'll get on that later though. But the thing is that like I was like remote, and like they didn't have like Zoom sessions or Google Meets yet. Like it was like, okay, they give you an assignment, watch a video and like answer questions, or go through the lesson and answer the questions in the lesson and then submit it. So that was really how our education was, like I'd say from March to June.
You cut out a little bit for me. What did you say?
Oh, I said like that like just watching a video and then answering questions was how our education was. Um, like
For most
from
people, yeah.
yeah. So then, um, and then our spring, like I don't think we even got a spring break, or did
Yeah,
we?
it really did. Well, I remember the we had started remote like just around the time spring break started, so you know, it kind of just like all clashed together into this, whole thing.
Yeah. So
Because I don't remember doing remote immediately after the lockdown.
yeah, like we just remember hearing, like people joking around about it.
Oh, we
And
did. I want to
then
mention one thing.
okay, sure.
Yeah, I wanted to mention how it also kind of tied into the whole thing of why cake and flakes haven't been really a thing in a while.
Yeah, like we were
That
actually
was that.
planning to meet again, like him coming over to my place, and then we actually record it. But that didn't that we couldn't do that because of COVID.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, even not cake and flakes related, COVID has really impacted just me uploading in general to my YouTube account. It's been a while since I've really felt as if I really needed to do anything there because I'm pretty proud of what I've already done, you know. So
Yeah.
it's been a
So
while since I really uploaded like anything worthwhile. But I'm
yeah.
not. I do hope to come back one day though.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not sure how.
yeah, maybe you'll come back with another album review, or
Yeah, I'm
So
pretty happy just keeping staying on the down low, maybe releasing art every now and then, talking with
mhm.
friends. Just taking it easy for now.
Yeah.
Nothing too
So
big.
yeah. So and then I'd say our summer, like it was really just stay home, like don't go outside. But then again, that was like when it was like starting to calm down. Like, like it's like, yeah, you could go outside, but wear a mask. Like wear a mask. Like socially distance, say 6 feet apart. And yeah, like that's like I think when things started to calm down. But there, like the fact that there are people out there that just say, "Oh, I have breathing problems. I can't wear a mask." Like it's like just wear the mask. Like you don't have to cover like your whole face, dude. Like it's not like you're putting it over. Well, like it's recommended that you put it over your nose, but like I've seen people like for example, like when school started and there were people like not wearing the masks over their nose. Like they said, "Oh, like please put it back over your nose," like, and at that point, I'm just like, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, I guess I want to talk about the sad passings of Kobe Bryant and Chadwick Boseman.
Um. Sure. I don't know how else we could really transition that other
Yeah,
than just the whole general vibe of sadness.
yeah. So,
Um, we could talk about Kobe first. Very sad passing happened prior to COVID. You could talk about the details. I don't really know that much.
so there were rumors that there was a helicopter crash in California, I think. Um, and there were rumors that Kobe Bryant was on the helicopter, and then that nobody really knew anything at first, and then it was confirmed that it was him, his daughter, and I think several other people, including the pilot that passed away in the tragic helicopter crash, and it was just it was crazy to hear about, and you know like it was, I send my condolences to that family, to the family of Kobe Bryant, because I cannot imagine having to lose someone like that close to you just so suddenly.
Yeah, totally. Even coming from someone like me who's not a big sports guy at all is really tragic, and especially for someone so high profile, and for especially with an incident so tragic. It's no one should have to deal with a loss this extreme.
Yeah, like
I do send I send my condolences any way I can.
yeah, and like even if you
Even
weren't,
if I
um
do, sorry,
it's okay.
I do send my condolences, even if it's like a small shout out on like a podcast that nobody really knows. You
Yeah.
know?
But yeah, like even if you weren't like a big sports fan, everyone knew who Kobe Bryant was. Everyone
Yeah.
knew the number 24. And like, it was really crazy because it was just so sudden, and that would lead. Everyone was thinking, I think at that time, nobody, like there's no way this year could get worse, but well, yeah,
There's also the other recent passing that happened during COVID, but it's not. At least I don't think it's COVID related. It was
yeah, it
the death of
was,
Chadwick Boseman, obviously best known as the Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
and Jackie
Uh,
Robinson.
hmm And I don't think, at least I knew he had died from colon cancer, and apparently he had it for the longest time, even during the filming of Black Panther. I don't know how much COVID like was involved with him, unfortunately passing away, but it is, really tragic, terrible death. And I guess kind of does open your eyes to the impact of COVID, really.
Yeah, and that like he had done, I think, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was an Instagram live or like a regular post on Instagram, but everyone was talking about how his weight loss. He was really, really skinny. And everyone was like very nervous about what was happening to him. And then it came out, I think, like a few weeks later that he had passed away from colon cancer, and that was crazy.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it feels almost like a David Bowie kind of situation. I don't know if you remember this, but I kind of do vaguely. Hearing about David Bowie's death and how he suddenly died of cancer as well. And it
Yeah,
was another kind of situation where he kept it hidden for so long, even while he was like making really good music. He kept it hidden from the public, and I honestly, mad respect to Chadwick Boseman, sorry, for pulling through and making all these iconic roles, while even while battling cancer.
yeah. So yeah, it was really, really crazy passing, and you know, and then there's been the the Black Lives Matter controversy. We don't have to get into it if you don't want to, but
Yeah,
um,
it's okay. We don't really.
yeah, but so I guess next we will talk about the Nintendo controversy. So the Nintendo controversy, I will not lie, is pretty crazy. Especially with um, the fact that so basically there were these things that someone was making called the Edicons, and it wasn't the actual it wasn't actually like the like actual Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch.
It
It
was a
was
fan thing.
yeah, no, like it was like the shell of it, like the outside of it that you could put on your controller. And then Nintendo told the person to stop making them, but the sales were going to a young adult and teen mental health charity. So obviously Nintendo does not look like a very good company right now. Um, and you know,
It's just kind of recently, just controversy after controversy for Nintendo, man. Like,
yeah, like everyone was talking about the Game Awards, but we'll get into that actually in a little bit.
there's the whole situation with free Melee and then free Splatoon, and now the Edicons. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, the
What do they call?
Edicons.
Oh, that's what they call them. That's cool. The Edicon situation, like, honestly, um, it might sound weird coming from like an out. Like, I'm not a big gamer, so it might sound weird coming from me, but I, I'm not like incredibly surprised, because Nintendo in general they had kind of disproved of a lot of fan made um, games and other items. You could look up like their history on like how they've like sent cease and desist letters for people making fan games and stuff. But even still, geez, Nintendo, yikes.
Yeah, like big yikes for Nintendo. And
Can't really go.
obviously it's the fact that like it like obviously the like Nintendo I actually gave my thoughts on this situation on Twitter, and I said it was unbelievable and that it was in my mind like I can understand why they did it, but it was still kind of disrespectful. Um it's like like it's not like they were taking the actual Nintendo Joy-Cons, like saying it was theirs and then just selling it and gaining profit. Like
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's not like they're making it so they could outsell the actual Joy-Cons. It was something they did for charity, just because they felt like it.
yeah, and I was
Because they're
also
fans.
yeah, and I was also wondering if we could talk about I'd say one of the biggest things ever done on YouTube is Unis Honest. We don't have to talk about it for that long, obviously. But I want to give a quick summary on, like my thoughts about it.
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, so, um, yeah, so Unis Honest was a YouTube channel made by content creators Markiplier and Crank Gameplays. And it's the fact that they did it through COVID. They um recorded every day. They uploaded a video every day for 365 days for 1 year, and they still managed to do it through COVID. And I have to admit that's really impressive. And
Mm-hmm.
they, like they kept uploading, and and I think on November 13th on like I think November 13th or 14th they did the goodbye live stream. And it was a 12-hour long live stream, and 300,000 people were watching when they actually deleted their channel on stream. And I have to admit, it is crazy how they managed to. And I think it was the fact that they realized like how much something could really matter before it's like gonna inevitably be deleted.
Yeah, I haven't been following up much on it, but I do have a lot of respect for Markiplier in general for even just attempting to do something like that. Like,
Yeah, and
yeah, you could call it like a little bit gimmicky, but I think he meant a lot. There was a lot of meaning to it, I guess, in a way.
yeah,
Like what you said about, um, you know, things not lasting forever.
yeah, like like even our channels won't last forever. Y-
That's true. You never know what's gonna happen to YouTube in like 10 years.
yeah. So um, I guess we'll talk about the Game Awards now.
Oh yeah, we were talking about games earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
All right. I guess uh we could talk about it. I did like watch most of it, although it was kind of background as I was already busy doing something else, and plus I didn't really know about that many games that were
Like
being
I'm a big
released.
gamer, but I didn't even
I
watch
feel like
it.
Jake would, yeah, I feel like Jake would have more an opinion on this. So, what do you
Yeah.
have to say about it?
Um, I mean, I'm not surprised that the that The Last of Us Part 2 won Game of the Year. Everyone is saying that it was rigged and that like games like Hades, Ghost of Tsushima, I don't know how to say it, or Doom Eternal should have won, but it's the fact that it was a game that had very negative reviews that won Game of the Year. So everyone's now saying that it was rigged. Um, and I honestly do think it was, in my opinion.
It won a lot of awards that
I
night.
know. Yeah, so
I looked it up. 11 nominations, 7
yeah,
wins.
that's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, so and the Game Awards I believe was actually something interesting, and like they didn't even have a crowd or anything. Like it was literally just like a bunch of screens in the background with the I guess the um producers and the team of the like like the people who created the game. Um and everyone
Even
is
the Game
like,
Awards are good.
yeah, so and there was the fact that there are still so many controversies going around about how like crazy this stuff has been, especially with like I don't know, like like there's been so many stuff going on about the Game Awards, the like it's the fact that like a bunch of games were nominated that actually did help like connect people with COVID, like Animal Crossing. That game really helped connect people, especially because of COVID. And I think that was really
Even I
cool.
got like kind of yeah. Even I, who's like not really that much of a gamer, even I got kind of obsessed with that whole Animal Crossing thing. Like I guess not really, not with like the just not the actual gameplay part. Just seeing all the different characters, I thought they were really cute.
Yeah.
I drew some of them even.
Oh,
They
really?
were, yeah, a little while ago. They're not that good, but there's something.
Yeah. So
I drew Tom Nook and Flick and stuff.
yeah.
They were cool.
So obviously, like I have to see now. I have to look it up on my phone because I didn't have this prepared. I'm sorry. Um,
Oh, well, you want to see what I drew? Yeah,
no.
here's
Oh well. Great. Now I look like a terrible friend. I was
no.
looking up. I was looking up like the people like the games that won awards at the Game Awards.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. You
Yeah.
could give a quick rundown
Yeah.
on
So
the categories.
yeah. So I guess we'll start with the Game of the Year award. Um, yep. So obviously, Game of the Year went to The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll give my thoughts on this. I actually thought it was an okay game,
Did you
but
play it?
I actually did play it. I actually streamed it on my YouTube channel. You can go check that out if you want to. Um, I did cry on stream. So it's a very emotional game. I honestly would have been fine if the Final Fantasy VII Remake, a game I've also played, won Game of the Year, because of the graphics and the fact of how much work that the team of like people actually put into it. Um, and quickly, I want to put this into the podcast. The another meme that's been going around is the Cyberpunk like team announcements. Like,
Related to Choice Awards? Not
yeah,
Choice Awards.
the Choice Awards. Yes, the 2020 Teams Games Choice Awards. It happened a few days ago. Uh,
Game Awards.
yeah, yeah, the Choice Awards. You saw, and you got the director of The Last of Us 2 got drenched in slime. Um, so um. But the Game Awards, I think it was like I think it I don't I think I swear there was an award for like the best like upcoming game, like games that hadn't been released yet, but a lot of people were looking forward to. Um, and the fact that everyone's been making memes with like the Cyberpunk announcements because it's been delayed like 4 times. I think it was supposed to come out like in like March, and then it got delayed to April, and then it got delayed to September or November, and then it got delayed to December. But it finally came out 3 days ago, and I think a lot of people are very unhappy with the amount of glitches that are in the game. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm hopefully gonna get it for Christmas, and then I'll play it then, and then maybe I'll stream it. I don't know. But anyways, back to the Game Awards. Uh,
Kind of run down.
yeah.
We can
So
talk about it a bit later.
yeah. Yeah. So the best or no, not narrative. The best game direction. That was also won by The Last of Us Part 2.
Deserve it.
Yep. Best narrative also won by The Last of Us Part 2. The best art direction went to The Ghost of Tsushima. A game that I've actually heard about a lot, but I actually haven't gotten the chance to play it, but hopefully I will soon. Um, in my opinion, think that the animation part should have gone to Final Fantasy VII Remake, but then again, I haven't played that Ghost of Tsushima game, so you know what? It might even be better than The Last of Us part. It might be better than Final Fantasy VII Remake. But best score in music, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm really not surprised that won because the music in that is so amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of iconic, honestly.
Yeah,
Even I
definitely.
know some of these songs. Like, is One Winged Angel part of it?
I
Or
mm,
is that different game?
I think maybe I'm not sure, but either
Yeah,
way, like that
I know some of these
soundtrack is
songs.
amazing.
Yeah, even I know some of these songs. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Best performance or no, best audio design. That went to The Last of Us Part 2, and I will admit I think they did deserve that award. Best there were actually 2 people nominated for this award. Best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture went to the person who played Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, Laura Bailey. Um, and then the person who played Miles Morales in Spider-Man Miles Morales was actually nominated for this award. Yeah, so next up is Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. That was won by Tell Me Why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Yeah, no, but the game is called Tell Me Why. I've actually heard about this game, but I actually never got the chance to play it. Um, best ongoing. I'm assuming this. Oh, so this actually was won by No Man's Sky, and I actually play this game. I'm
It's better now.
No Man's Sky is actually a lot better, and yeah, like I play it. It's so good. Uh, Fortnite surprisingly did not win that award. I'm actually surprised they didn't win. I actually play Fortnite now. And to be honest, it's actually pretty. It's actually gotten better. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
It's a pretty fun game. Like maybe I made fun of it back when I like was younger and had no idea, but it's honestly pretty fun. I haven't played it though.
yeah. All my IRL friends are like, "No, you should play Warzone." But I'm like, I don't think Call of Duty's for me. Like, I'm terrible at it anyway. But um,
Yes.
yeah. So best indie game. Surprisingly enough, Fall Guys did not win this. It was won by Hades. I've never heard of that game. Best mobile game was won by Among Us. I'm not surprised. Among Us has become such a big, like, it's been trend, like, like it's a really trending game. Um, you know, yeah. So best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activities and game updates slash passes, and it was won by Fall Guys. Um, yeah,
That controversial?
what?
Wasn't that like a controversial thing, or am I mixing it up with something
Oh
else?
no, that you're talking. Are you talking about like the Twitch rivals thing that happened with the stream sniping thing on Fall Guys?
I'm not sure, but I just remember Fall Guys winning something and it was controversial.
Yeah.
Maybe,
So
maybe
yeah,
I'm just loony.
yeah.
Maybe I'm.
Yeah, so best VR slash AR game was won by Half-Life Alex, and I'm not gonna lie, I think they actually did deserve that because of I think it was like the first Half-Life game that's come out in like I don't know, like a long time.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like like 10 years almost, like 20 years almost.
yeah, Lord Gaben back at it again. Innovation and accessibility, that was won by The Last of Us Part Two. Uh, yeah, there you go. So yeah. Best action won by Hades. Best action and adventure was won by The Last of Us Part Two. I'm not gonna lie, like, because it says the puzzle solving part. That should have, if there was a game for best puzzle solving, it should have gone to Jedi Fallen Order because there were so many puzzles in that game actually.
Mm.
So Spider-Man Miles Morales was also nominated for that, but they did not win. Best role playing, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Very happy that that won that award. Um, Best fighting game, Mortal Kombat 11. I'm not surprised that that won, especially with the additions of Rambo and the Terminator in that game. Um, Best family, gone to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm not surprised. Yeah, woo, yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised that that won that award. Best simulation strategy game went to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah. Sports and racing went to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Best multiplayer game went to Among Us. Surprisingly, not Fortnite. Um,
Damn.
yeah, damn. So best content creator of the year went to Valkyrie. I don't know who that is. Best debut game, Phasmophobia. Very interesting game. I've never played it, but it looks cool. Best esports athlete. Um, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Best esports coach. Went to Zonic. Best esports event, League of Legends World Championship 2020. Best esports game, League of Legends. Um, best esports host. I don't know how to say this person's name. And best esports team went to G2 Esports, and yeah, that was the Game Awards. They also had a bunch of trailers for different games. So
We're missing the important thing though.
what's the important thing?
Let's cap off this whole podcast with the biggest reveal there. Nintendo Smash Bros. What did they reveal, Jake?
They revealed the new fighter is Sephiroth. Another Final Fantasy character. Mario got killed.
He
He got
fucking murdered.
he got fucking murdered, dude. Uh, yeah. So they revealed that the next fighter in the Fighters Pass will be Sephiroth, from Final Fantasy. very interesting inclusion. Still, I'm upset it was not Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I'm one of those people. Um, but yeah, that was one of the biggest things that Nintendo revealed, and it's also another controversy, and some people are still upset about that. Um,
Honestly, I wouldn't. If people just like, I honestly wouldn't. Uh, People are allowed to feel what they think. So even though they really revealed something that big, they're still allowed to feel angry at Nintendo.
yeah.
You know.
I think that's really all we could talk about right now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. If pretty much too long didn't read, COVID stuff happened, uh, and then gamer stuff happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good summary of everything we talked about.
Good. I guess a summary of this year, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's way more, but we couldn't fit it onto all one podcast.
Yeah. I would say, especially with, like I'd say wait like a few months until the next podcast. When stuff has really happened. I'd say we might have the next podcast when maybe the vaccine comes out. Maybe there'll be stuff to talk about, then. Um, but an update also. I will be recording maybe during Christmas. Be streaming some stuff, so you could check that out. Yeah. Basically, it's been Jake's Cakes, and
Me, Grand. Don't forget to post hashtag free melee. Boycott Nintendo.
boycott Nintendo, free melee. Yeah. So this
Black Lives
is
Matter. Yeah.
yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Final
Um,
message.
yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.